How was it like growing up, being a teenager?
Yeah, being young.
It was fun, but at times it was rough. It all depends on the situation where you're at. If you're in school, see, I'm originally from Truro First Nation, Millbrook First Nation, and during centralization, we moved to Eskasoni. That's how they moved Native people during the centralization period from Waikama. So they decided to build Eskasoni, the biggest one, and Shubenacadie in the mainland. So my father chose to come to Eskasoni, and with the promise of a house and a job, but it didn't materialize. After a while, we moved back to Truro or Millbrook, and the second time we came in 1953. And so we finally got a house and went to school here. And of course, being outside Eskasoni, you have to, you know, either you make it or not, you know. If the bullies are going to bully you, you don't allow that process. Not in my books, anyway.
So, how old were you when you started playing hockey? Because you played hockey, right?
Yeah, I would say the time when I forgot my first skates, because we were poor. Everybody was poor in Eskasoni. So by the time you got your skates and everything, we had the ice, plenty of ice. But then we finally got our skates and we started just to learn skating. And started playing hockey there and started to build our hockey teams. Eskasoni is divided like Gamsibuk, Middletown, and then Castle Bay. So naturally you get the team from Castle Bay, Abamwick, and then Gamsibuk.
So what team were you on? What team were you on? And then,
Well, I was on Gamsibuk team. You know, that's where I lived, that's where the boys were from, the Danish Lane and everybody. And of course, guys from Abamwick played Abamwick. Castle Bay guys.
Did you guys ever go against each other in any
For sure,
games?
you know, that's the whole thing of making your own teams. Eventually, as we developed our skating ability and our hockey ability, we made one team. We played outside the Eskasoni, the B division in the hockey. So we played teams in North Sydney, Sydney Mines, Redor. I mean, it was rough hockey. And being native, it wasn't very pleasant. But we hold our grounds there. It was a lot of fun.
So what's it called? I heard you became a coach too, right? After a while.
Yes.
How old were you when you became a coach, anyways?
I would think that I started coaching after playing hockey. Seriously, playing coaching was about 30 when I was 38.
38?
Yeah. And then I coached different teams, different levels, you know. But I enjoyed coaching the younger kids. And eventually I went to the B division type of hockey and then to the senior level, you know. Grandson played hockey. He's 30 now.
He's 30 now?
Yeah. But I have a granddaughter that plays for St. Mary's University in Halifax hockey team. And she's going to somewhere in Saskatchewan, the Indian tournament, and that's what she was picked by one team. and she's going to play up there.
That's nice, big time.
Yeah, and I have another granddaughter that played for our Cleveland University, and she played they won the tournament 3 years ago, all the Atlantic tournament, and they were chosen to be the last, but they materialized to win the whole tournament. And one thing she shared with me about that, said about a minute 17 seconds the game, they were leading 3-1, 3 seconds, minute and 17 seconds was left, and I started crying. And I felt so, when she shared that story with me, I almost cried because I know her, how competitive she is, and she didn't want things to materialize for them to lose their game, But hockey is hockey. Well, each winter, then the summer comes, you play ball, that kind of thing, so almost an equal period of time with hockey. Maybe hockey played a little longer period, but softball and, or they call it softball or fastball. I never knew why they call it softball or fastball. It's a ball, it's the same ball, huh?
Probably, I don't even know.
Yeah. But I had a lot of fun with it. I coached in softball too. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun being a coach, Just adding your strategies to the team. It materializes, so it worked out pretty good.
So what made you want to become a coach?
What made me want to become a coach? I guess the fact that I didn't play, I just want to be part of it, part of ball or hockey. I just want to be, and you would sell yourself to the, to the team and claim to fame that I can help you guys make it from here to there type of attitude, I have ideas. And of course, there's a technique of mobilizing individuals or the fellow players. The chances of playing this strategy of hockey will bring us to this level. And the harder we play, the chances are great that we'll make it to the end, Whether we won the championship or not didn't really materialize, but if we did, then it's happy. I never tried to sell the hockey players or players is how much they won. It's the key factor rather than what I won.
So you kind of just basically you're there to help them, right?
Yes.
Get better, and you wanted to see them get better, and
That's right.
that's amazing.
Yeah. To be honored with something like that, especially sports that you played, sort of like gives you an indication how much or what an individual he was to be honored by that, It's good, huh?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like this high school here, Allison Bernard, he was my brother-in-law. And he took a lot of strong efforts on his part to have a high school, because we had a hard time. We didn't have a real hard time going after reserve. It's just, it was there, but it just, the sad thing about our worlds is the racism and whatever. I never had a problem with anybody calling me Indian. I never had a problem with it. I am an Indian. And he called us the Indians. That's what we are, guys. I used to tell guys, you know. So why do you get hanged up if somebody call you Indian? Well, if he call you a white man, no wonder I would get mad. I am an Indian. I'm proud to be a Mi'kmaq, and I'll speak my language, and I have conveyed this as I conveyed to my father conveyed to us. When you're in the house, speak the language. If you're outside, if you have to, a tourist or anybody that's lost, asking you in English where this is, where this is, you convey and help them out. But I never had a problem with anybody calling you Indian.
That's what I am, you know?
Yeah, that's what I am. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, big guy.
It's like what we are, you know?
Yeah.
Be proud.
That's right. I am proud. I have always had proud.